Everybody, Dr. Jaime here, and you are about to listen to the Dr. Jaime Show audio experience. I hope you enjoy the tips and advice in this segment. Hey everyone, Dr. Jaime here with the Dr. Jaime Show audio experience, and today I am sitting with Topher Morrison, candidate for Tampa Mayor, tampafortopher.com, and we just got done with a 60-minute Dr. Jaime Show episode, and it was fun, and we were laughing, and he had a surprise guest. He brought Macy, his beautiful dog, who decided to bark at us during the show. You've got to watch it. There was some fun and funny moments. There were some serious moments, and he told us a lot about why he's running for mayor and his vision. Topher, welcome to the Dr. Jaime Show again.
It's an honor to be here, and Macy's glad to be here, although she's outside chasing a squirrel, I think, right now.
Yes.
Granted, she will find a way to come here and get her little nails click, 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 click all over the recording.
Yes, hopefully she'll
ruin this too.
She'll ruin this too. I love it. So, we talked a lot about your vision and what you want to do. I mean, we didn't even have enough time. This was so awesome. But what we didn't get to was the last section on competition. And I think it's important for viewers and listeners to know a little bit about competition because we face that every day in so many ways. So I want to start with a little background on you. So right now, you're running for Tampa Mayor. Who do you think will be your biggest competition and why?
My biggest competition is going to be the truth. Because we've entered a society now where people don't care about what is real or fake news. They just care about how it makes them feel. I hope that it doesn't get to that level that we saw at the presidential level down here at this level. But the biggest competition is just getting people to listen to other opposing ideas and do so with a level head, to where they can sit there and say, I don't agree with you, but I can respect you. And I think we've lost that in politics, right? Mm-hmm. We've somehow equated that if you respect somebody, somehow you endorse them or agree with them. And this, I'll share with you, the reason why I have the ability to look on both sides of the aisle is because I was raised with parents who have almost the exact ideological political views, the exact opposite ideological views politically to me, and I love my parents dearly. And so while I may disagree with their political views, I still respect them. I still listen to them. And it makes me want to hear their side of the story so I know where people are coming from. So I think the biggest competition, it's not a person, it's a way of people thinking.
I love that because I also think you could disagree with a side. So, a Republican, Democrat, whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So I'm this. Let's just say I'm a Republican. It doesn't mean that there aren't things that Democrats do that I might agree with, or I might be like, wow, that's a great idea. I'm very probably in the middle, very go with the flow kind of person. Right. But I think everyone brings something unique. So there could be a side you really are strong about, but what if someone has another great idea? So many of us just close our minds to that, or even if we like it, we say we disagree just to disagree. Yeah. Jesus. So I would say I love that. I love that point. And we need to open our minds more.
Yeah. Let the politicians express their views and get all the way to the end before you make your conclusion.
Yes.
Right? Because right now we don't do that politically. We don't do that socially in any aspect. If somebody disagrees with us, we just cut them off emotionally and throw them into a category. And I don't think that's healthy.
No, it's not. And that's part of our instant gratification, rush, go, everything right now society. We are very impulsive.
Yeah, I'll say this, by the way. I don't blame society for that. I blame our leaders. Yeah. Because the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. And when we have political leaders who are demonstrating such childish behavior on the left and the right, where they just dig their heels in like a kid and they're like, I'm not cooperating, I don't think that's healthy. And people see that and they subconsciously follow that methodology of thinking, and it's not healthy. So without turning this into the stump speech, one of the reasons why I think I'd be a great mayor is because I'll be the person that people can turn to and see, oh, this guy actually can respect other people's opinions. He can actually have an open conversation and discord with people without being disrespectful and name calling. And I think if we can do that at a local level, maybe we can get it at a regional level, and then eventually we can get it at a national level. But we can't expect the national people to fix it until we fix it locally.
I love it. And you will be, if you do, or when you are elected, you become the leader. So at least Tampa will be following that open-mindedness and listening to what other people have to say. You're right. a leader sets the tone for the group.
Yeah.
So hopefully you will be able to set the tone.
And by
for
the way, I
Tampa.
think actually Bob's done a pretty good job with that.
Oh,
He's
yes.
relatively centrist. He's
Yep.
he's right in the middle. I mean, he's endorsed Republicans. He's endorsed Democrats. I think he's done a good job for us. He doesn't care what side of the party you're on, just as long as you're getting to work.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so many of us have competition, Topher, like you.
Sure.
How do you plan to maximize your chances over your competition? So what are some of the things that you're going to do?
In any level of competition, you have to ask yourself what makes you uniquely different than your competition, and those uniquely different traits have to be so obvious that people won't mistake you for the other candidate or the other employee or the other company. So too often it's easy for us, either at a company level, employment level, or whatever, to just sit there and think, well, I'm unique and different because of this. I really like customer service. Well, that's not unique, right? So it has to be, in order for you to compete in any realm, you have to be remarkably different.
You know, and that actually ties to, and listeners, you're gonna have to go ahead and listen to his vision. But that reminds me of what you said about Tampa needs its own identity, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we don't need to compare and be like someone else.
Correct.
So excellent. All right, this also ties, what you just said probably ties into the next question. But what should other people do who are in competition with others for advancement or promotion? So maybe they've tried to do things to stand out and be unique. Any other tips for those that are really trying to speak up and move up in their life but have competition?
So I think there's two things. We could go back to the same answer previously, which is you have to uniquely be different than your competition. We got that.
Yep.
But then you also have to deliver that uniqueness in an also unique way.
Okay.
So be willing to do something or communicate differently. Like I love the Walt Disney philosophy of observe the masses and do the opposite. So if you're applying for a job, how is everybody else applying for that job? Do the opposite, right? If you're already in your company and you're trying to get a promotion, how are all the other people trying to get that promotion? Do the opposite. Do something which stands out and makes you unique.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the delivery of the uniqueness. Yeah.
Yeah, because so often we're like, what are they doing? Okay, I'll try to do that. But do something unique and speak up and stand out. And I think we've lost that a little bit because we are in such a society of comparison.
Correct.
Okay, so my last question, probably the most important one. Where can we find out everything we need to know about Topher Morrison?
Well, then you can just Google me. But if you want to go to my political website, you can go to tampafortopher.com.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Topher, thank you so much for joining us again on the Dr. Jaime Show.
My pleasure. I hope I get to come back and do this when I'm the mayor.
Yay, absolutely. And you told me I was going to be your first show. You didn't really say that, but you kind of did. I'm gonna Photoshop it or whatever the right word is. To
your media.
Yeah.
You're supposed to take things out of context, misconstrue it, and make your own conclusions.
Exactly. Hashtag Jamie is media. So everyone, thank you so much for listening to the Dr. Jaime Show audio. Do me a favor, go to YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, subscribe to the Dr. Jaime Show, and comment below with your biggest takeaway from this particular episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Dr. Jaime Show audio experience. I really hope that you enjoyed the tips and advice given on today's segment. Do me a favor and go to iTunes and my YouTube, and please subscribe to that channel. Every subscribe, every like, every follow helps the Dr. Jaime Show grow so that we can bring you the best guest and the best content possible. And of course, as always, if you have any feedback, feel free to leave that as well. Talk to you soon.